I'll be presenting the ERPMES Administrator's Manual, specifically on the review of input forms 1 to 4 and processing of output forms 5, 6, and 11. So we'll try to simplify our discussion on this so that at the end, we better appreciate the fundamentals and on how do we go about the administrator's role in the ERPMES. So we'll also share with you po the process of the administrators in the ERPMES. So to begin with, my presentation encompasses the following outline. So basically five parts: the login page, ERPMES forms summary. Third is the admin review of input forms. So apat po ito, yung 1 to 4. And then yung admin processing of output forms. Tatlo naman po ito, 5, 6, and 11. And lastly, yung frequency, deadline, and duration of ERPMES activities for tatlo po, for the agency users, for the NEDA division sector focal. So sa atin po yun, kayo po, and yung secretariat administrators. So kami po yan sa PIMED. So first, yung login, no? Ito lang po yung basically, ano lang siya, interface lang nung ating login. So for first, we'll access it in the address bar using the link shown in the screen. And then second step, ilagin lang po natin yung mga ERPMS account credentials natin na ibinigay po ng PIMED, no? Yung email and at password. Input lang natin, then click yung login page. Okay? Pagka-login, ito po agad yung magpo-prompt sa inyo. We'll see the dashboard interface. So dito makikita natin sa dashboard yung announcements. So kapag kami na po ang nagge-generate nitong automatic announcement na to sa system, dito siya nalabas sa dashboard kapag may mga submission tayo quarterly or annually, dito po nagpo-post. Kasabay nung automatic generated announcements na to, pwede ding mag-send automatic sa email ng mga existing users sa system na meron na pong message na ganito or announcements na ganito for the submissions. So next is yung ERPMES form summary. So ito na po yung lahat ng forms natin. All in all, siya ay forms 1 to 11. So yung 1 to 4, yun lang po yung sa input forms ng agency. Input forms ang tawag natin sa kanila kasi they are providing the data, no? So input yung kanilang mga sinasubmit, and then yung 5 to 11 sa atin po yung RPMC Secretariat. Kaya siya ay tinatawag na output forms. Ito na yung mga output natin Secretariat that will be submitting as attachment sa atin pong NPMC. So yung color red is yun yung quarterly in terms of submission frequency, ano? And then yung color blue, yun yung annual submissions naman. Yung ano ba to, broken arrow line. So duplicate data ang ibig sabihin nito. I-emphasize ko lang yung input forms 2 and 3 ng ating agency sa sinubmit. Yung laman nilang data will be duplicating them, no, papunta dun sa RPMES forms, output forms 5 and 6. Again, ang generate ng agency o sinasubmit nila yung 1 to 4, tayo po yung sa 5 to 11. So, yung 5, 6, at 11, as mentioned a while ago, yun lang po yung sa inyo po, yung division sector focals or DSFs natin na mag-generate, magpre-prepare, magpo-process, no, at isasubmit sa system lead or sa PIMED. Yung sa PIMED kasi, as the RPMC Secretariat, sila na po or kami na po yung bahala sa 7, 8, 9, and 10. So yung sa inyo po, tatlong forms, 5, 6, and 11. 2 and 3, data, itatransfer or duplicate sa 5 and 6. Just as a reiteration, 1 to 4 yung sa agencies, sa inyo po ay yung 5, 6, and 11. So, yung sa 5, 6, and 11, yun po yung summary of financial and physical accomplishments including project results. 6 naman yung report on the status of project encountering implementation problems. And 11, key lessons learned from issues resolved and best practices. Okay? So, let's proceed sa admin review of input forms 1 to 4. So, basically, puro review po yung gagawin natin dito sa 1 to 4 na ito na isasabit ng ating mga agencies. And before we proceed nga with reviewing each of the input forms 1 to 4 individually, here's just a couple of important reminders to keep in mind during the review process. So, dalawa lang naman po ito, no? Una, yung for the complete quarterly project declaration sa atin pong 1 to 4, we have to ensure that projects listed in the quarter or the current quarter's forms 2, 3, and 4 match those from the previous quarters and from all the projects declared in Form 1. So meaning to say, lahat pa lang po ng ide-declare ng agencies natin at the beginning of the year sa Form 1, which is yung initial project report, kailangan din nilang ma-declare every quarter, no, until the last quarter. Even completed projects must be reported for year-round monitoring. So, using yung pong violet buttons, no? Um, yung view button, mabibisit natin yung each quarter kung talaga bang na-declare siya sa second, third, at fourth. Kung ano yung mga naka-declare. So, dapat po ay consistent. May consistency tayo sa declaration, yung mga agencies natin. At pangalawa, um, since you are the staff who are familiar and we believe well versed in your respective sectors, we appreciate your expertise in reviewing submissions, no? While we have established review criteria in place and as the system continues to undergo enhancements, we kindly ask for your patience and your sound discretion, no, in determining whether a project should be reverted or accepted considering the specific context po ng inyo pong mga respective sectors. So, dalawa naman po yung ginagawa natin talaga, yung pinaka-body ng ating operation sa reviewing nyo. Either you revert or you accept. If there are inconsistencies, may mga incorrect or incomplete input from the agencies, we have to revert them and communicate it with them. So yun nga, we review and we communicate with our agencies that we're handling, no? And we can also always constantly seek naman the guidance din ng PMED natin. O sa akin po, you can coordinate with me as the system lead. Okay. We're done with a couple of reminders for all the input forms. Isa-isahin na po natin. Una yung admin review ng input form 1. So, ang step na gagawin lang po natin dito, i-click natin ng first yung RPMS forms module or yung tab. Pangalawa, yung RPMS form 1 po ang i-click natin. Lalabas kasi dyan lahat ng form. So, we click yung input form 1. At ito po yung magpo-prompt sa inyo pong page, no? Ito na yung initial project report, yung RPMS Form 1. So, as you can see, may 2024 po dito. For example, no? Example lang naman po itong mga nilagay natin dito sa system for us to be better guided, no? So, may view button dito sa 2024. Kunwari, reporting quarter natin ay sa 2024 papasok. So, we just click yung view submissions button. And then, ito na po yung initial project report, laman niya, no? So, nandito yung mga agencies na nag-submit, no? So, kapag ang particular agency, may nakita tayo dun sa agency status na yung color red na draft, meaning to say, nag-ongoing na po sila dun sa kanilang end as the implementing agency users sa paglalagay ng input, no? So, nagre-reflect dito kung sila ay ongoing na doon. Kapag naman yung color green submitted, ibig sabihin, na-submit na nila sa atin. And that's the time na tayo na yung gagawa ng part natin, which is yung reviewing part. At kapag doon naman sa review status, may nakalagay na yellow, NRO reviewed, meaning to say na review na po natin. Tayo po ang magiging basehan kaya magkakaroon ng display ng NRO reviewed kapag na-review na po natin. Of course, coupled with reviewed remarks yan dito sa column na ito. Makita din po natin information kung sinong nag-revert at kung ano yung date reverted, kung kailan siya ni-revert. And then mag-sample tayo, no? Example dito sa NHA. So may three buttons sa actions, no? View projects, revert, review. Yung review pag okay na lahat. Pag i-revert natin, as mentioned, kapag may mga incorrect or incomplete. So we view projects, no? Ito nung NHA o National Housing Authority. So ito na po yung pinakalaman ng form ng agency na pinasok natin. Yung title, so nandito. Example lang po itong mga to, no? Just for the sake of discussion. Yung review status, kung siya i-endorse, no? Total financial targets in exact PHP. So, next is yung total physical percentage, target employment generated, agency remarks, NRO remarks, tsaka yung output indicators. So, i-review lang natin kung ano yung laman ng input forms 1. Dito po sa input form 1 ng bawat agency, kailangan ma-declare nila lahat ng project na i-monitor for the entire year. Kasi yun din yung i-compare natin. Lagi tayong babalik dito every quarter kung na-declare nga ba siya from the previous quarters. And then next lang is after review natin, mag-return lang po tayo to refresh lang, no? Return to the previous page. So babalik lang tayo dun sa kanina. And you may revert kung yun nga sa review ninyo, upon your discretion ay kailangan i-revert, ibabalik natin sa agency. Otherwise, we review it na. Click yung review button. Magre-remarks lang tayo ng reviewed as indication na okay na sa atin. Or pwede din po tayo magdagdag ng extra remarks dito no kung we find it necessary na kung ano yung we have encountered during our review for the specific projects of a specific agency. So we click pag okay na yung remarks natin, we click yung save. And then ayan, magpo-prompt lang yung na-review na yung form 1, no? Kita nyo may yellow and are reviewed na, tsaka may remarks. And then, we're done with input form 1. Medyo mabilis lang siya, no? Ito yung 2, yung input form 2, ito yung madalas na talagang may encounter ninyo. Dito na po tayo quarterly magre-review ng kanilang mga submissions. So again, ganun lang din yung tab ng RPMS forms, tapos form 2, click natin. And then, there's a button, no? View submissions. Katulad lang nung sa form 1, may created form na tayo na uh, quarter 4. Kami naman po magkikreate nito kasi no, kaya kanina napasok natin. So, we view lang yung quarter 4. For example, nasa quarter 4 tayo. Yun yung NHA, no? Kita ninyo may pwede na siyang i-review kasi nag-submit na halimbawa yung agency ng form 2 niya. By the way, ang form 2 po natin is Physical and Financial Accomplishment Report. So we click lang yung view projects. So ito na, ito yung mga information na lalabas sa ating input form. So isa-isahin natin. So yung financial components, nandyan yung appropriations, allotment, obligations, disbursement, and later we'll further elucidate on that. Yung pong OPA or target at actual OPA to date, yung employment generated ng male and female, and yung output indicators. So, basically, apat na bagay yung i-review po natin when we open yung input form 2 ng bawat ahensya. Yan pong apat na yan, no? Review po natin yung details niyan. So going, ito po ay kaya naka-green yung border niya, indication po ito no for your guidance lang na user interface po ito. Pumunta lang tayo sa kung ano yung itsura ng forms dun sa end ng ating mga agency kasi para makapaghabang nagko-coordinate tayo, ma-explain din natin sa kanila na ganito yung dapat gawin, ganito pa yung kulang. So ito po yung interface ng ating mga users, implementing agency users. So ayan, um, as mentioned, ito yung ibig sabihin ng mga financial components natin. Those in color blue represents the steps, while the red ones are descriptive labels of the components. So we just click the RPMS Form 2 tab, click natin yung, for example, yung project, no? Bulalakaw Port Expansion, click natin yan. May link yan eh. Then magpo-prompt sa atin itong box na to na naglalaman ng financial components. Sa isahin natin, appropriations. So yung appropriations, basically this is the General Appropriations Act, yung GAA. Ideally, bigger than allotment po ito, but it's fine na maging equal na lang din siya if in the planning, no, there is a consideration to maximize yung appropriated amount, but never pong magiging smaller than allotment ito. Sunod naman yung allotment, ito yung ABC o yung approved budget for the contract. So yung contract amount. So less than or equal din dapat siya sa appropriation. Same case, no? Obligation naman, obligated amount with a service provider. Pag obligation sa law, no? There's already a service provider. So ito naman, yung amount ilalagay dito is less than or equal to allotment, no? Hindi siya pwedeng mas maging malaki, less than dapat or equal. Lastly, disbursement. Ito na yung there's already a payment of the obligation. Nabayaran na disburse na. So itong amount dito is less than or equal to obligation. Itong apat na to, ito po yung i-remind natin sa mga agency na kadalasan ay isa din sa mga observable na nakocommit nilang mistakes, no? So, yan, yung mga less than or equal. Okay? Next is yung overall weighted physical accomplishment. Target and actual po ito. Ensure that both the target and actual values are declared. The actual OPA may exceed the target OPA only if the target is below 100%, as the ceiling or the maximum allowable value for actual OPA in the system monitoring context is 100%. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-exceed doon kasi may mga certain agencies na nakukumit po ito. So, ire-remind din natin sila. So, sa physical accomplishments, target OPA to date, ito yung work scheduled to be accomplished from the start of project implementation up to the reporting period. We may refer po sa Appendix D ng ating RPMES Operational Guidelines 2023 for the computation ng OPA. Sa actual date naman, yun naman yung actual work accomplished from the start of implementation up to the reporting period in percentage. Next, ito na yung output indicators ng Form 2, no? Na still in the user's interface. Click lang natin yung Form 2, ganun lang din naman, may lalabas na button dito, no? Output Forms Indicators, we click yung 1OI na button. We provide the details dito sa lalabas na box. So, tatlo ito, tatlong inputs, no? Yung end of project target, target to date, at actual to date. So remind ko lang, ito yung isa sa pinakamadalas na nakocommit din ng agency natin na nalilimutan nilang lagyan. So makaka-encounter tayo ng mga zero values dito. So yung OIs for the physical accomplishment, kailangan po siya ay measurable. Example dyan, si mga kilometers, hectares, beneficiaries, houses, percentage number, length, and so on and so forth, no? Dun sa output indicators. Measurable siya. Pinaka-title lang siya. Kasi yung values po natin, yung variables natin, dito natin ilalagay sa tatlong to. Una, yung end of project target. So this is the target quantity to be accomplished by the end of the project as agreed between the implementing agency and the funding agency. Yun namang target to date natin is the target accomplishment as of the reporting quarter, example, fourth quarter nga, which are expressed in units of respective output indicators, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina. And lastly, actual to date, ito na po yung actual accomplishment as of the reporting quarter, which are also expressed in units of the respective output indicators. So, we indicate lang dito yung unit, no, of the major output indicators as much as possible. Hindi po lalampas sa 5 where accomplishment is to be measured as indicated sa program and project documents. Makikita naman natin ito sa mga documents, no? So, nung agencies. So, for programs and projects with more than 5 available output indicators, just in case meron naman pong selection criteria dito. So, una, yung degree ng relevance or contribution niya sa program or sa project, objectives. And isa pong consideration, pangalawa is yung share sa total program or project cost. So an output indicator specify the key tangible goods and services the organization or intervention will deliver. So they define the project management terms of accountability that have to be achieved by the end of the intervention period. So later, we will be having separate broadened discussion on how to update then yung output indicator, no? Ito naman yung employment generated. Same process, click lang din natin yung project, may lalabas na box. So, please don't leave din. Sabihin po natin sa agency yung employment generated for male and female. At least declare zero kung talagang walang-wala lang po, no? At a very rare instance, sige, allow natin. Pag talagang there are really no workforce required for a particular program on a specific sex or for female or male, example, may mga na-encounter kami dito sa DSWD. Sige, pero zero po. At least sila nag-indicate. And if there are really limitations in the reporting information required in the form, please remark or reflect it on the remarks text box, no? Text box yung reason for this, or at least galing sa agency that there are really no available disaggregation of employment generated by sex. So in some cases, if the entry pertains to a program, kaya nga sabi ko sa DSWD ko ata ito na-encounter, it is acceptable na rin that there's no EG or employment generated, but be strict po pagdating sa projects. Kailangan meron. Okay, we return lang sa previous page upon review. Okay, ayan, same process lang sa form 1 natin kanina. We review it na. Okay, we provide the remarks reviewed and then click save. Ayan, na-prompt na tayo sa reviewed na po yung form 2 natin. So we're done with the form 2, no? Proceed na tayo sa form 3. Admin review pa rin to. Kayo pa rin po ito as division sector focals. So again, fourth quarter, same process lang. We view the submissions. So NHA pa rin yung example natin. We view the projects. I-review lang din po natin yung mga importanteng detalye like actions to be taken. Dalawa lang naman ito. Actions to be taken and for NPMC action. Na-comment na natin sa ICTS and this was already improved, no, or considered as an enhancement ng system na for now, since madalas na yung NPMC action natin is laging no yung ini-indicate and manually pa natin siya ini-input isa-isa. Imagine how many project or hundreds of project input natin siya isa-isa. No, very laborious. Na-consider naman na po ito ng ICTS. So automatic magno-no na yan for as default input. Pero pwede nating i-yes kung talagang kailangan ng NPMC action. Pero madalas no lang po ito tsaka NA of course since naka-no naman siya. And actions to be taken, ayan, kailangan lang po dito ng laman kapag siya ay negative, ah, more than -10. So just as a reminder, dito po sa ating Form 3, no? Ang Form 3 natin ay Project Exception Report. Ito po yung mga projects na above, either positive or negative siya, basta above 10, mataas yung value sa 10, kailangan po siyang i-declare dun sa Form 3. Sa user interface, makikita naman na nila automatic yung mga above 10, either negative or positive. They just have to add it dun sa Form 3. So, i-review din po natin. Dahil sa Form 2, naka-red yung above -10, naka-blue naman po yung above +10. So, dapat lahat yun ay ma-declare nila dito sa ating Form 3. Kasi ito na yung mga, makikita natin yung mga good practices. Kasi above 10, slippage. And yung mga above -10 slippage na kailangan ng intervention. And isa sa mga indication para magkaroon ng intervention yung mga above -10 slippage, itong actions to be taken natin na column. So, itong dalawang to ang importanteng i-review sa Form 3. So those projects, yan, as mentioned, yung negative and +10 slippages ay readily available na dun sa drop down. They just have to add it, no? So of course, if you fill in or fill up din nila yung necessary details corresponding to the project. Pagka-add ng project, may mga hihingin, yung findings, typology, reasons, actions taken, and yung actions to be taken nga na mahalagang mag-exist sa review po natin, yung actions to be taken sa mga -10. And then for projects with negative slippage, there must be an actions to be taken. Yan, i-reiterate ko lang yung importante siya, no? And make sure po to mark yes or no dun sa NPMC action. Pero gaya ng sabi ko, naka-default na po yung no for now and NA dun sa requested actions. Then save lang natin. Pagka-save, i-refresh lang po natin by returning from the previous page. And then review din natin yung particular agency. Ibig sabihin, reviewed na yung mga projects na laman niya. Example lang po natin dito, isang project lang no sa NHA for the sake of discussion. Pero sa isang agency, syempre marami multiple projects. So yun, we remarked, reviewed, and then save. Ayan, Form 3 reviewed. We're done with that na rin. Proceed na po tayo sa last input form ng ating agency. Ang ginagawa pa rin po natin as secretariat, kayo pong DSFs, ay admin review ng input form. So click lang po natin yung form 4. Ito po ay about sa project results report. So ayan, view lang po natin yung submissions. Again, sa agency, we view yung mga laman niyang projects. And then we review yung details po ng ating mga projects. So yung project objectives, results indicator, observe results, basically yung mga nasa log frame po nila ito. So yung mga implementing agencies, sila po ang nakakaalam nito, no? So it's also important din naman as the sector focals na we appreciate then at the level ng mga implementing agency paano nila ginagawa ito. So sa input forms po nila to um, ini-indicate, no? In relation din mamaya sa Form 11, kayo po ang magpo-produce nun. Pwede din po nating gawing basis itong Form 4 in preparing our Form 11 in consideration of the results or yung mga observable impact. Yung gearing towards impact evaluation na po yung mga nagawa or kung there's a really incremental benefit sa mga proyekto ng atin pong mga ahensya. And then we return lang sa previous page, no? To refresh. Same process lang siya, magkakamukha lang din naman perform. So we click yung review, indicate remark natin yung reviewed, then save. Ayun, may NRO reviewed na rin yung ating agency. Okay, we're done with the admin review. This is the time we go to the admin processing na. Tatlo lang naman po ito. So ito na yung pinaka sinasabit naman po ninyo as division sector focals. sa amin pong PIMED or sa akin as the system lead para naman sa processing ko and consolidation and overall preparation ng narrative report that we will be submitting sa NPMC. So yun po yung output forms 5, 6, and 11. Isa-isahin po natin. First, yung output form 5. Same process. Yung RPMES forms tab, we click it. Then, click yung form 5. Then, quarters po yung lalabas natin dito. Since fourth quarter yung example natin, we click yung agencies. We view the agencies. Mag-a-add na po tayo ng agency. Ito pong mga available na agency dito pag in-add natin. Okay, we add. May drop-down box. I-click natin yung drop-down box. Yan po mga agencies na available dyan. Yan yung mga na-review na natin from the Form 2. As mentioned a while ago, iduduplicate natin yung mga input data submitted by our implementing agency dito sa atin pong output Form 5. So tandaan, 2 to 5. Yung mamaya naman is 3 to 6. So dito muna tayo sa 2 to 5. Example, ang nireview natin yung NHA, no? So we click natin yung NHA, we click save. Ayun. Napasama na siya dun sa list ng mga nasa Form 5 natin. Successfully, we created NHA na dun sa Form 5. No? So next is kailangan na nating i-export yung form. Ito na yung pinaka-output nyo po as DSFs. So we review yung agency for exporting. So last final look lang doon sa mga detail. Baka may mga nakaligtaan pang importanteng detalye. Pag okay na talaga, we click yung export button para mag-download siya doon sa inyo pong offline file as an offline file, no? Then makikita naman natin na download na yung form. I-locate natin yung file sa downloads folder kung saan man natin sinave. Rename lang po natin yung downloaded file. Ito po yung prescribe natin na pag-rename para mas organized na tayo at mas madali na po sa ating secretariat. Yung agency, abbreviated form, yung NHA, underscore, tapos kung anong form siya, form 5. After renaming na, pwede na po natin siyang i-submit po either sa akin, sa system lead, um, preferably is i-copy furnish nyo na rin po ako. Pwede na rin naman pong sa chief namin and or yung buong division na PIMED. So, submit lang po sa akin yung form 5. Tapos, you're already done with your output form 5. So, ito po example lang natin isang agency. So, yung mga hinahandle ninyong agency, same process po yung gagawin ninyo, no? Okay, we're done with Form 5. Ito na yung admin processing of output Form 6. Gaya ng 2 and 5, 2 to 5, duplicating of data, we will be duplicating the data na mga na-review natin sa Form 3 papunta naman sa 6. No? So, i-duplicate natin po. Parang sort of transferring of input data siya sa atin pong output form. So, we click lang yung tab na RPMS forms, then click the RPMS form 6. And then, we view the agencies dun sa fourth quarter. And then, ganun din, same process. We add the agency, may drop down box, we click it. So, NHA. Since kanina po, no, may above negative 10 slippage, may cases po kasi na yung mga declaration sa Form 2 natin, walang above 10. So, wala tayong de-declare sa Form 3. So, yung agency, hindi siya ma-add sa Form 3, then wala din po tayong i-add sa atin pong Form 6. But for the sake of discussion, nag-example tayo ng may above negative 10, si NHA meron, it should be declared sa Form 3. Therefore, it should also be duplicated sa Form 6 as our output or yung output po ninyong mga DSFs. We click yung NHA, save lang natin, created na po yung NHA. And then for exporting, we click the review button, export lang din kagaya nung kanina sa 5. Na-download na siya or na-export na siya. We locate the file sa downloads folder. Same process. Rename lang natin na yung agency name niya, NHA underscore, tapos form 6 naman siya, kaya form 6. So, yan po yung pangalan. And then, email lang po ulit sa system lead sa SL or sa atin pong PIMED. Okay, we're done with form 6. Ito na po, form 11 naman. Medyo iba to, no? Yung makapartner kasi sa inyo, yung 5 and 6. So, ito yung 5 and 6, yan po yung quarterly sinasubmit nyo po din sa akin. Kasabay po ng simultaneous po siya sa submission ng agencies or at the end of the or deadline ng ating mga agencies. kayo naman po ang may deadline sa PMED or sa amin para sa pag-submit ng 5 and 6. Pero itong output form 11, medyo naiiba siya. Mamaya di-discuss ko rin yung frequency nito, no? But first, let's take a look sa 11. We click lang din yung RPMS forms module. Click yung 11, form 11. Then we view the agencies. Ganun lang din, mag-add lang din po tayo ng agency dito. So may drop down, we click it. So lalabas yung mga agencies na available na, no? So we click natin yung agency, then we click the save button. Ayun, nag-add na si NHA for example. And then we click yung details para sa inputting. So wala pa siyang laman, no? So mag-add tayo ng project. I-add natin yung mga project na by the way, anong Form 11? Ito po ay key lessons learned from issues resolved and best practices. So basically, yun po yung magiging laman. Pipili tayo ng mga project dyan on what to be declared sa 11, sa Form 11 natin. So for example, ito yan, may procurement of 1,200 fully developed lots and completed housing units located in Coron, no? So we click that project, we add it by clicking the plus button, and then lalabas na, na-add na yung project dun sa form. So wala pa nga lang siyang laman. Para magkalaman, i-click natin. May link naman yan, clickable title yan, yung project title. Diyan na po tayo mag input ng ating issue nature, issue details, strategic actions taken to resolve the problem issue, responsible entity key actions and their specific assistance, lessons learned and good practices that could be shared to NPMC or other PMCs or project monitoring committees. So, medyo may relation siya dun sa Form 4 kanina, no? Yung mga um, observable results. So we can use that as reference then in considering projects to be included dito sa ating Form 11. So itong mga input po natin dito sa input fields ay mga ano lang din, examples lang din natin for the project. And then if we already accomplished them, we just click yung save button. Ayan. Project updated reflecting the input details already. So, we export na po ang Form 11 gaya ng ginawa natin sa 5 and 6. Ito yung output form ng DSFs natin. Mada-download siya or exported. We locate the file. We rename it. Katulad lang, NHA underscore Form 11 naman. And then we submit it kay SL or sa PIMED. Okay. Basically, yun na po yung tatlong forms na output po ninyo per agency na inyong hinahandle. Kasama po dito sa atin pong task talaga sa ating function, encourage yung mga agencies natin na makapag-submit kasi isa yun sa mga challenge talaga periodically or quarterly na makapag-submit ng forms yung mga agencies natin. So sana ma-encourage natin sila lagi frequently makapag-submit. So, I think ito na po yung last part ng presentation for the administrator's manual on the ERPMES, yung frequency, deadline, and duration of the ERPMES activities, such as yung submissions, review, processing, and reporting ng both the agencies and the NEDA ERPMES core team, or tayo po yun. Tingnan natin isa-isa. Una yung sa agency users natin or mga implementing agencies para sa input forms 1 to 4, no? Unahin natin yung forms 2 and 3 ng user, implementing agency users. Frequency niya ay quarterly. So every quarter po sila gagawa nito, no? In accordance with our legend sa baba, kung makikita ninyo, yun pong naka-red is yung agency data submission sa atin pong RPMC through the system. So kayo po yung direktang pagsasubmitan nila through the system. Kayo pong mga DSFs. Then in color blue naman po ay yung RPMC Secretariat Report Submission to NPMC through MES. So kami na po itong taga-PIMED, yung submission na February, May, August, October, and so forth, so forth. While the deadline for the agency data submission to the RPMC through its NEDA division sector focals via system is the last working day, yung po naka-red, no? Of the first month of each reporting quarter. Yung January, April, July, October, at January sa coming year. Those data submissions are subject naman sa review po ng and processing for the preparation and submission of the final RPMES narrative report to the NPMC through MES every mid-month or kalahati or 15 po ito pumapatak. Pag pumatak siya ng Sabado, edi yung mas earlier po, like 14 or 13 of the second month of each reporting quarter. So yun naman po yung February, May, August, November, and February of the coming year. So that's the deadline po ng ating agencies in red and tayo pong secretariat in color blue. And yung duration niya, 1 month data submission ng ating agencies. And then 15 days lang po kami magpa-process kasama na po dito yung consolidation and preparation ng narrative report natin na isasubmit sa NPMC. Okay, next is yung initial project report, no? Annually naman po ang frequency nito. Annual data siya covering the entire current year, declared every beginning of the year sa simula siya ng taon. In this case, sa March po siya, last working day. Ideally, this form is submitted once a year by the end of the third month of the year, which falls on the 31st of March or even earlier. However, we keep the form open na lang for year-round monitoring to allow or accommodate recurring declarations, no, and submissions, especially in instances where there are budgetary alignments sa mga agencies or new projects comes in, no, mid-year for some agencies. And for purposes of RPMES monitoring, those updates must be recorded talaga. So to reiterate, lahat ng ide-declare natin dito sa Form 1 ay kailangan po nating i-declare natin every quarter from second up until the end or fourth quarter of the year, even those that are already completed. So kasunod na po agad kasi nito ay first quarter or PMS data deadline of agencies. Every April naman yung sa second quarter. So unique form po itong Form 1 natin, tsaka yung 4. Pero itong sa Form 1, reiterate ko lang, siya po yung mas maraming preparation, January to March. It makes sense naman kasi ito na yung project for the entire year, eh kaya mas marami po or mas malawak yung duration niya ng preparation. Kasi pagpasok pa lang ng January, the system is already open na for agency submission for the current year. So basically, the agencies and division sector focus has a duration of 3 months for the submissions and coordinations or follow-ups respectively, since this would cover all the projects na i-declare natin quarterly sa system for round-year monitoring. Lastly, for Form 4, ito yung project results report. Annually din po ang frequency nito. Ang pinagkaiba lang nito from Form 1 is that fourth quarter related form siya, summarizing the entire previous year but declared on the next preceding year. So the deadline for agency users to submit Form 4 is the last day of January each year. So this will already serve as the summary ng mga projects na na-monitor during the whole previous year, providing information sa mga, yun nga, results, outcomes that we derive from implementing the project. Ang duration niya, ganun lang din, 1 month yung submission po ng ating mga agencies ng kanilang mga data sa mga division sector focals ng NEDA. Okay, we're done with the users, no? Pangalawa ay yung NEDA Division Sector Focals. Yung pong deadline po, frequency and duration ng output forms 5, 6, and 11. Halos or kaparehas lang din talaga. We simultaneously proceed na no sa pag-process natin ng mga forms 5, 6. Una pala yung 5, 6 muna. Quarterly po kasi itong forms 5 and 6. Yung 11 mamaya, annually din yun. So same lang din siya sa forms 2 and 3. Um, While ongoing po yung mga agency, tip ko lang po or advice ko, pag nakapag-submit on a agency basis, pwede na po ninyong i-review yung project nila para in the interest of time. Kumari, like, for example, nag-submit na sila in January 1, as early as January 1, January 2, or 3. Pwede na po natin i-submit i-review yung submission nila para makita kung may inconsistencies, incomplete, incorrect for our action. Either we accept them or we review them. The earlier the better kasi kapag nai-review nyo na po sila at wala nang mistake up until the submission of the output form sa amin, wala na po kayong responsibility doon sa form ng agency. Kami na po ang magpa-process ng mga data na sinubmit ninyo from the output forms. So, ganun lang din po yung deadline. Kaparehas lang ano, yung every last working day nung first month of the quarter, yung naka-red. Kami po, blue yung submission natin sa NPMC. Duration, same. 1 month po yung preparation lagi. And sa amin naman po ay 15 days. Ito na yung last form po ng ng ating ng mga DSFs, yung Form 11, Key Lessons Learned from Issues Resolved and Best Practices. This is the same naman with frequency, deadline, and duration ng input form for annually po itong sinasubmit naman, isang beses lang. So this form shall be submitted simultaneously with the agency fourth quarter data submissions to the NPMC. Ina-attach din po natin ito. So 1 month ang duration niya ng ating mga division sector focals, kayo po yun, yung inyo pong preparation and submission sa SL or sa PIMED. And lastly, for the secretariat, no? Secretariat administrators. Kami na po itong sa PIMED or yung aking mga kasama na SSS, um, system support staff, no? Yung tatlo po na kasamahan natin. And also, of course, with the guidance ng buong PIMED team, yung output form 7 to 10. So, yun lang. This is the same din naman. Frequently din siya sinasubmit. Yung frequency niya ay quarterly din. Kagaya ng 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. Yung 7 and 8, kasi itong Form 7, ito yung mga sa FMB na projects na na-inspect. Kaya siya i-inspection report yung Form 7. And yung 8 naman, those projects that were subjected sa atin pong PSS or problem solving session. So, nasa Form 8 po siya. Sila naman yung kambal dito. Kasabay din po ito. Very frequent din po ito sa pinaprocess namin. So, hindi na po ito dumadaan sa DSFs. But we can always coordinate naman with you kapag the project concerns your sector or your agency. We can ask you, especially kapag kasama namin po kayo during the field monitoring visit ng mga particular project na yun. Yung frequency niya quarterly, again. So, deadlines, parehas lang. Yung duration natin parehas din, 1 month din, tas 15 days din ang submission sa NPMC natin. Ito na yung huling-huli sa ating pong Administrator Secretariat. So yung Forms 9 and 10, same lang yung frequency niya, deadline and duration of input forms 4 as well as output form 11. Annually po ang frequency niya. Ang deadline is the deadline for the support staff to submit Form 9 and 10. So, ang kasama na po natin yung SSS, support staff, system support staff, last day of January each year. So this form shall be submitted simultaneously with the agency fourth quarter data submissions to the NPMC. Ang duration din po ay 1 month yung preparation and submission ng ating SSS. All right, so I think this already wraps my presentation on the ERPMES Administrator's Manual, specifically on the review of input forms 1 to 4 and processing of output forms 5, 6, and 11. So thank you very much.